Hey 49ers fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Chat Sports, and today, let's take a look at the 3 most likely players I think our 49ers could take at number 31 overall. We've talked about it before. Not a lot of draft picks, so they might move back, they could move up, but most likely they're either going to move back or stay at number 31. So I'm going to give you guys 3 options at number 31 that I think make the most sense for our 49ers. Probably surefire ideas on who we could take. How I've broken it down before we jump in. I have the safe pick as going to be the first one that we talk about, the exciting pick as the second one, and then the most likely pick as the third one. You're wondering, what does that mean exactly, Thomas? Don't worry, sit back, I will explain. Let's start with the safe pick. How about a tackle? All right, not sexy, but it is safe. Josh Jones, the tackle out of Houston, the 28th overall prospect in the 2020 NFL Draft. He is a very good pass blocker, a good run blocker, and has some very great abilities in terms of what he has shown on tape with Houston. Last year, he was the left tackle the offensive tackle on the 5th best offensive line in the entire country. And we know, this is the big kicker, right? Joe Staley's towards the twilight end of his career. Like, the sunset of his career is ahead of him. He's only got 1 or 2 years left. If he doesn't retire this offseason, you got to have the succession plan. You got to have the next offensive tackle on the 49ers, and this left tackle right here could be Josh Jones. Now, again, it's a safe choice at number 31. It's not a receiver or a safety or a pass rusher, but if you think about it, the Niners don't really have a ton of holes. Right? I mean, you can make the argument, we might need a wide receiver, and Emmanuel Mosley's not that great. Maybe you need another cornerback. Like, you can kind of nitpick some options, but if you just want to go safe, surefire choice that you know is going to benefit you in the future, you go with a tackle in this one. Josh Jones out of Houston makes a lot of sense. Had a very good combine as well. Here's what a couple of scouts from Fantasy Pros had to say about Jones, saying, quote, "Jones is not afraid. Take a step back and allow a pass rusher's own momentum to drive them into the ground. Has extremely long arms, allows him to slow down edge rushers before they get any momentum, which is huge in the National Football League. He also has been scouted by multiple people saying he's an A-plus pass blocker and a really good run blocker. Now, he's better at pass blocking than run blocking, but if you look at the 49ers' current offensive line, that's kind of what you want, because everyone else has been really good in run blocking. That's not really a need right now. I think we're going to start to throw the football a little bit more with Kyle Shanahan, these young receivers, and kind of Jimmy Garoppolo coming into his own in his second full, 16-game season with the 49ers, essentially, because he's been injured the past couple of years. So I think this is the safe pick. Again, it's not the sexy pick. You might be sitting there going, well, this is boring. Like, we don't want to tackle. Most good football teams, though, have great offensive line, and the 49ers have a good one right now, but they need to make sure they have the succession plan for whenever Joe Staley retires. That way you don't go from a 12-year All-Pro at left tackle to, trying to fit this rookie here or this 6th-round pick over there. Just not a good idea. I think they could go offensive line. I think Josh Jones, the tackle out of Houston, the 28th overall prospect in this draft, makes a lot of sense. What do you guys think? Quick ad break here on YouTube. Don't worry about the ads. Scroll down. Answer this pinned comment. What should the 49ers do at number 31? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, so moving on here. I just gave you the safe overall pick that you could take at number 31. How about a fun one? How about a sexy one? How about one that would make you and I go ooh and ah? How about Laviska Shenault, the wide receiver out of Colorado? Now, this is a wide receiver heavy draft. Some have said this is the best wide receiver draft in the history of the NFL draft. So you get a guy like Shenault, he might fall because there are better wide receivers reportedly in front of him. Here's the deal. Shenault is coming off of an injury, the core muscle surgery that he had, he says he is going to have. He still ran it at the combine, ran a 4.45 or a 4.54. Was very quick in terms of the fact he still had a core muscle injury, very similar to what the Eagles wide receiver Deshaun Jackson had just last year. But with that, it means Shenault's draft stock might drop a little bit, meaning he could fall to number 31. Here's the deal. When you look at the draft board, there are a lot of teams that need wide receivers. We'll throw that up right now. The Jets need a wide receiver. The Raiders need a wide receiver. The Broncos need a wide receiver. The Eagles need a wide receiver. And the Bills at 22 could also need a wide receiver. Shenault's got to get past all of those. A core muscle injury might turn some other teams off from him, meaning Philadelphia could go with a Jalen Reagor or a Denzel Mimms or even a Henry Ruggs before, instead of taking Shenault at 21 or the Bills at number 22. So the core muscle injury is not a very long injury. It's only out a couple of weeks, like 4 to 5 weeks, but that would allow him to drop enough in the draft to go ahead and be taken by our 49ers. I read a couple of scouting reports on this guy after watching the film. People have said he's Julio Jones. Like, he's a Julio Jones prototype. Same size, 6'2", 225 pounds. Someone said he's bigger than Julio Jones, although only by about 5 pounds. But that's the kind of, draft mode you're looking at here. Whereas there are other good receivers in this draft, this one and Shenault looks kind of like the most pro-ready at this point. Now, obviously, Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, and CeeDee Lamb are better right now, but again, in a draft that is so deep, this would make a lot of sense for the 49ers to go ahead and grab this wide receiver, Shenault, out of Colorado. Now, again, this all depends, in my opinion, on what they do in free agency. You let Emmanuel Sanders walk, then you got to go ahead and draft somebody. If you keep Sanders, then maybe you want to go defensive side, or all the way up to the tackle pick that we talked about right here at number 31. But if you want to get sexy, you want to get fun, you want to get a wide receiver that could be a stud in this league, Laviska Shenault makes a lot of sense because, again, he's not the best receiver in this draft, and there are better ones, but those are guaranteed to go earlier. This is a guy with the core muscle injury who I think will fall in the first round and could be there at number 31 for our 49ers. Question for you guys here. Do the 49ers need another wide receiver? Assuming they re-sign Emmanuel Sanders, do they need one? Type Y down below in the comments for yes. Type N down below in the comments for no. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. The final one here. And now you guys watch the channel, you guys are subscribed, you know what I'm talking about. This is who I really think the most logical pick at number 31 for our 49ers is Grant Delpit, the safety out of LSU. I mean, this is the best safety in the draft. It's not even close. And he went against the best of the best the past couple of years at LSU. Not just going against Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson in practice, the other two elite LSU wide receivers. He's going against Jeudy and Henry Ruggs, and he's going against the Clemson receivers. He has seen all of the best wide receivers, Higgins, Jeudy, Ruggs, Jefferson, seen them all and played against every single one of them. This is an NFL-ready safety, first-team All-SEC in consecutive seasons. This is a guy, to me, the 49ers cannot pass up on if he's there at 31. Now, again, this is if you let Jimmy Ward go. Even if you keep Jimmy Ward, if Delpit's there at 31, you run that pick, or I guess hop on the boat and then go ahead and float the pick to the podium because it's in Vegas this year in front of the Bellagio. This is what you do. It just makes too much sense. Grant Delpit makes too much sense overall. Secondary is a place that can get a little interesting. He can play in the slot. He can go ahead and be really good in coverage. He makes too much sense for the 49ers there at number 31. To me, is the best option for San Francisco. The one that's not just safe, but also sexy. It's a combination of all of them. Grant Delpit, the safety out of LSU. Before we keep going here, I want to give you guys a list of the other ones that didn't make the list but could potentially be there. How about you guys go ahead and keep betting with our friends at BetDSI? Just not on the 49ers. Why don't you guys bet on March Madness, because March is officially here. Chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code 49ers. Get a 120% deposit bonus whenever you go ahead and sign up for the first time. So if you want to bet on the tournament or NBA basketball or baseball, go to BetDSI. Use our promo code 49ers. Whatever you put in, they will put a 120% deposit bonus on top of that. You put $100 down, turns into $220. It's a great, great deal. I encourage you guys to go ahead and check that out. Finally here, I wanted to throw 4 other picks that would make sense that I thought about putting in this list, but I didn't think quite fit the mold of the top 3 options for our 49ers. And you'll see them on your screen right now. Wide receiver Jalen Reagor out of TCU, the cornerback A.J. Terrell, Ashton Davis out of Cal, the safety, and the defensive end Terrell Lewis out of Alabama. Again, here's a mix of another wide receiver. Here's a corner. If you wanted to go corner at 31, you could go another safety, the Davis out of Cal, and then Terrell Lewis if you really just want to get another pass rusher, because best player available at the current spot. All these guys, again, it's a case for them all. Maybe there's someone that I'm missing. If I'm missing someone, let me know in the comment section down below. But I would not be surprised if Reagor makes a big jump. He obviously had a crazy good combine, as all receivers did. Reagor had a great vertical and a great 40. Maybe you take him over Shenault due to the injuries. If you need to get a cornerback, Terrell is really, really good. Safety Davis as well. And then Lewis makes a lot of sense, the pass rusher out of Alabama. So those are your other notable picks that I could see our 49ers going ahead and taking a look at number 31. Before we go, if you guys not subscribed to the 49ers Report, we are the biggest, and in my opinion, the best 49ers channel here on YouTube. We're doing a ton of pre-draft, pre-free agency, news, rumors, breakdowns just like this. We are going crazy right now in the offseason, so give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe down below and click the notification bell, because we're approaching 17,000 subscribers, which is insane, but we're growing at a crazy good rate, as we always do here at the 49ers channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. What do you guys think? How'd I do? Tell you, Josh Jones, if you want to be safe, you gotta get tackled out of Houston. Very safe thing to do. If you want to go sexy, wide receiver, Shenault, Reagor, you kind of pick whatever wide receiver is available there at 31. I think Shenault's going to be there with that core muscle injury. Just makes too much sense. And then finally, Grant Delpit, the safety. It's it's just a perfect fit. It's a match made in heaven. Can you imagine Delpit and Sherman and Witherspoon? Oh my, I mean, like, it'd be really, really good. Now, Witherspoon or Mosley, take your pick who plays corner, right? Doesn't really matter. But this, to me, is the best overall draft in terms of number 31 the 49ers could do, which I think they might trade back, but if they don't, this is where you go with these 3 picks. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. And as always, for the 49ers Report, we're running out of time. Time to sign off. 49ers Report, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.